What is going on, Hoops fans? Just wanted to get a quick video up on the page, and today we are going to be talking about Kawhi Leonard. Now, Kawhi Leonard was thought to be an afterthought when it came to the New York Knicks, and he probably is still by most people. The rumors have been this entire year that he would probably like to go play on the West Coast, and the Clippers have been the team you've heard the most connected to Kawhi, being that he'd want to go back to LA. Kawhi Leonard this year has just been remarkable, specifically in the playoffs. He's averaging 31 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, all while shooting 50%. He's a former NBA champion, and he's 2 wins away from backing it up with a second crown and giving Toronto their first ever championship. Now, does winning a championship in Toronto potentially make him want to come back there to back it up and become the greatest Raptor who ever lived, start a legacy there? Of course, he started with Greg Popovich and the San Antonio Spurs. He was great over there. I think he's the former 16th overall pick, and he certainly outplayed that. The guy's the best two-way player in the NBA, and he's one of the top 5 players on the planet. But things ended a little rocky there in San Antonio, specifically last year. Everybody knows, it's widely talked about him and Popovich were not the best of friends, and it's a big reason why Kawhi Leonard ended up being traded for DeMar DeRozan. DeRozan had a great year for San Antonio, but obviously the Raptors seem to have made out on that deal. DeRozan had a lot of great years for the Raptors, but could never get them over the hump to even approach the NBA championship, and Leonard's 2 wins away from bringing them a title. Now, the rumors that have come out for the New York Knicks is that the Knicks are expected to heavily pursue Kawhi Leonard. This was reported by several people late last night and this morning, and that they have a puncher's chance. Now, do I believe these rumors? Probably not. I think they're coming out based on the fact that everybody seems to have thought that Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving would be New York Knicks, and now they seem to be, according to most sources, going to the Brooklyn Nets, which is very depressing. And I think the papers are probably trying to draw up stories that the Knicks could be in play for Kawhi Leonard. But if the Knicks were ever able to get their hands on a Kawhi Leonard, in my opinion, that would even be better than Kevin Durant when you factor in his age and his willingness. And not to say Kevin Durant's a bad defender. He's a great defender. He's just not, in my opinion, the same caliber defender that a Kawhi Leonard is. Kawhi Leonard, of course, being younger as well. I'd probably rather have Kawhi Leonard. Now, some people may question his personality. Of course, he kind of has a bland personality. They don't know how he'd fit with New York. That's something I never worry about. I always think that's overrated. Just look at Eli Manning for the New York Giants. I know it's different sports, but he handled the media very well, and I think Leonard could do the same here. He'd be a great talent, and he would instantly make the New York Knicks a powerhouse in the East, especially if you could bring in a Kemba Walker along with him. Do I think this is going to happen? No, probably not, but it's nice to think that it's even a possibility. We're just going to have to wait and see till after the finals, and then maybe things will start to shake out, and we'll get to see some more rumors, and maybe they'll gain some more traction, and we'll get a better idea of where these players could potentially be going. I will not completely rule the Knicks out at all with Kyrie Irving or Kevin Durant, but of course the recent rumors have been the Brooklyn Nets, especially after they were able to clear $18 million off the salary cap last year. So Knicks fans are beginning to get nervous. All I could ask the New York Knicks to do, as a Knicks fan myself, is just remain patient. If you cannot get your hands on a premier basketball player, do not waste that money on a Tobias Harris. I do not want Jimmy Butler if he's the main guy. I don't mind Jimmy Butler if you bring him along with a Kawhi Leonard or Kevin Durant, but not if he's the main guy. I think that would be a waste of money, much like Amari Stoudemire was. The Knicks have to do this right. They have to be diligent, and if they miss out, you draft well, you sign guys to 1-year contracts, and you hope to get a big guy in next year's free agency. Now, unfortunately, in next year's free agency, Anthony Davis seems to be the big ticket, and Anthony Davis probably is going to be traded, and I would imagine if he was traded, would be signed to an extension. So next year, I'm pretty sure you're not going to have any big free agents out there. So the Knicks have to be patient here, and they have to do this right. If they miss out on big guys, it might take 2-3 years for this process. But you know what? I'd rather wait the 2 or 3 years, build the team up right, than force something that isn't there, because that could set the franchise back 5, 6, 7 years. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.